Hey Ross, sauce it up.
Suicide is not gonna hold me down. Switch your sides, no, you are not my love. In my ride, I put the windows down. Feel alive, I'm chasing for the crown. Suicide is not gonna hold me down. Switch your sides, no, you are not my love. In my ride,
What's up, guys? I'm Landon from Shoeware, and today we're checking out the most recent addition to KD's Trey 5 shoe line, which I believe is the 9th. So if this is your first time checking us out, feel free to drop a follow or subscribe wherever you're watching and give this video a like. We would greatly appreciate that. So just taking a quick look at the box and the price, it's really just not a lot to discuss here. You're going to get a pretty simple black box. That kind of stays true, just stays the same for KD's True Shoe line too. But for pricing, these are going to range on the much cheaper side, retailing for only $90. So that is definitely a plus. So checking out the appearance for these, I'm not going to lie, like as far as sublines go for signature shoe lines, this is one of the better looking pairs. I just think I like them more than the Kyrie Flytrap and the Giannis Immortality. And honestly, this cool gray colorway is really clean too. And the midsole is going to get sort of a rise near the ankle where you have like a KD disc kind of built in there. It looks pretty sweet. And then you're also going to get some KD branding showing up on the tongue for both pairs. And the upper does have a cool pattern built into the design as well. And I also like how the heel kind of flares up a little bit in the back. You know, most cheaper shoes, I don't want to say all of them, but some tend to look cheap as well. Like you can just tell it's going to be a more budget friendly option. But honestly, I don't really think that these give off that vibe. Like, I mean, obviously that's going to be more my personal opinion as well. I mean, the appearance of a basketball shoe, it's always going to be kind of subjective to who's looking at it. But now let's go ahead and see how these shoes hold up. So now looking at more of the materials and the performance side, and starting off with the cushioning, the KD Trey 5 gets Nike's Renew technology, which just kind of gives you a soft inner core of foam surrounded by a firmer foam for a springy feel. And you even get an additional Zoom Air unit that's going to absorb force and return energy on all your movements. And I actually did play in these before kind of really looking into the makeup that went into this shoe all that much. I just wanted to see how they played before knowing what went into this model. And I am not surprised to find out that there are a few different cushioning features at play here because, I mean, for a $90 shoe, these do feel pretty nice to play in. On cheaper models, I can normally kind of expect some break-in time before they start to loosen up. But I mean, honestly, these felt pretty much good to go right from the start. The KD Trey 5 also has a padded collar that kind of adds to the comfortable feel. I mean, it just makes your whole foot feel some cushioning rather than just the bottom. But, you know, I don't want to like fool you or trick you into thinking this is going to be some super soft shoe. It still's not going to measure up to, you know, KD's regular shoe line like the KD 14s. But I was definitely happy with how they played. So checking out the materials and the support, the KD Trey 5 gets a layered mesh upper that's meant to give you a secure and supportive fit, just kind of structured to give you some additional reinforcement where you need it the most. And the upper does feel pretty good. I mean, it's not going to be like the higher quality materials. You won't see any premium touches on these, but you know, for the price, the materials do seem pretty quality. And that mesh upper does do a really good job of keeping this shoe lightweight. I mean, a size 10.5 only weighs 362 grams. And that's one of the lightest shoes that I've actually ever played in. So that is going to be a major benefit as long as it doesn't affect the support. And I would say that it doesn't. You're going to get an embossed disc where that KD logo is on the side that kind of runs up. And that acts like a little bit of a heel counter to kind of keep your foot secure. And these have some no-sew overlays that, you know, have done a really good job of keeping my foot within the shoe. I don't feel the upper move around as much. You know, I did review the Air Max Impact 3 from Nike last week, and the upper seems slightly looser, more loose. One of those two on that model. So I mean, as far as the sub shoe line, I don't really have anything bad to say for the materials or this. To finish off with traction, these have a rubber outsole with a Soundwave inspired traction pattern, and that's just supposed to tie in KD's love of music to the shoe. And you know, I can't lie, these played really well for me. Like, I've done some digging and I have seen some other people calling them a little bit inconsistent, but I mean, I test out all my shoes on the same dusty court since it's like the only one that I have access to, and these performed a lot better than I would have guessed. Like, I never really like to go for the more random traction patterns. I have found that shoes following more of a traditional herringbone setup with some type of arrows or something along those lines built in, they tend to play better for me, but I just don't have anything bad to say about this model. They grip the floor really well. But to finish off with sizing, I did go true to size, and that worked out perfect for me, both for the length and the width. So overall, I mean, the 9th edition to release for this KD Trey 5 line is a really solid performer, especially whenever you, of course, factor in the price. The cushioning is solid, they don't feel cheap, the support checks out, and I mean, up until this point at least, the traction is definitely well above average, especially for a $90 shoe like I've been saying. So I am a fan of this model. So if you're interested in buying these shoes and you want to support our channel, just click the link on screen or check out the link below or in our bio. But that wraps up this review. Until next time, I'm Landon from Shoeware. Peace.